Dark so long I cannot find the meaning. Hold my hand, let me stay by your side through this never-ending night. I can feel it now, it haunts me. All these demons, how they surround me. In this red light, it calls me. He is reaching out, consuming. Tyrant of the dark star, where's my love, what hold this heart?
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tyrant of the Dark Star. I'm Aubrey, your GM. I'm going to tell some of my players to introduce themselves, who they are, who they're playing, and then we'll get on into things.
Hi, I'm Maki. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Gravewing, the Nagaji Sylph vigilante monk / air cadeticist, who also uses she, her pronouns, and she is the party mom / strategist of the rebellion.
Hello. I'm Alyssa. My pronouns are they, them, and I play Laeth Idrisi IV, the matricidal Dampier Dandy Rogue and Spy Master, who uses she, any pronouns.
Hello, I am Dusty. I use they, he pronouns, and I'm playing Eurideux, just Eurideux still. They are our Nephilim, cursed boy of a problem. They are going to be the party in this rebellion's firebrand, and they also use they, he pronouns.
Hello, I am Farris. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Alouette, a totally normal Nephilim thaumaturge bard having a very normal and good time learning all about her way more cursed family. She also uses she, her pronouns and is the anathema partisan.
Hello, I am Sparlock, and both me and my character use he, him pronouns. I'm going by Alistair Whiskerfield, wizard detective extraordinaire, as heir to the fine distinguished family of wizard mice ratzards, Isoki arcanists. I swear I was always aware of it. I keep my whiskers to the ground to uncover the truth of the powers that be who subjugate us, by which I mean I'm our recruiter.
And hello, to round off the group, I am Tick. I have he, she, they pronouns, and today I'll be playing Nihil, a flesh warp sorcerer who is just a totally ordinary cook and quartermaster for the group, and definitely not a cannibal. Parentheses, he's a cannibal, but it's a dietary restriction, so don't be too mean to him.
Who wants to answer the question of what happened last time?
Vaguely. I kind of remember, actually, which is great. It's a Christmas miracle, because my memory has been shit recently. But last time, we continued to kind of lock in on our plans to rescue, kidnap, potentially, our wonderful thief rogue, our Layette. That's not the name. It's Laeth. I fucking use the ship name instead of the fucking actual character name. I was thinking of lattes. I said Layette. Laeth's sister. We did some digging around, getting some information. It was her mom that was like, hey, you got to come back home immediately right now. I'm not dead, by the way. That's pretty cool of me, isn't it? And we talked a bit to the escorts that were hired to bring her and escort her back. They're called the... Aubrey, help me, please. Aubrey.
The Black Powder Collective.
The Black Powder Collective. Not to be mistaken with the Blue Powder Collective. Or the White Powder Collective, which we don't talk about on the Minecraft server. Dusty, don't shake your head disappointedly for once. Anyways, had a nice little conversation, pretended to hire them, asked them about their schedule, learned a little bit more about them, and got like a rough very rough time frame for when the sister would be coming through, like incredibly rough. So we really don't have any solid date, but damn, we do be trying our best. And we kind of gathered all that information. I probably missed one or two things, but I'm gay and I'm cute, so you let me get away with it, Aubrey. Mwah.
Whiskey Jack meeting.
For now.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
we're meeting Whiskey Jack. Fuck that
it
guy. I
already
hate that guy.
happened.
Yeah, it happened. We ended the session with Yuri talking with one Whiskey Jack. The revelation that Whiskey Jack had been hired by Alouette's mother to investigate this family curse. Did Yuri have any more questions for our good friend Jack? So I needed to do where I did because it was dramatically appropriate, but the conversation technically wasn't done.
I would have one more question since I have them there. Since we're also kind of scrounging on our other thing about the robots. If like we're still in that scene, Yuri just told the story, talked mad shit about Akos, as I do, and it's like, so we're also dealing with these in Clockwork Halls. There's some automatons going berserk. We have feelings that there may be some union busting going on. Would you happen to know anyone or know anyone that knows something?
Don't know anything at this second, but give me a day, give me a couple of days. I talk to some people I know, cash in some favors. Maybe I'll have some info for you.
Sounds like a deal. You get more info, you get more info from me.
And it has been great dealing with you.
Probably gonna have more questions about all this bullshit later. I just need to talk to some people.
Of course. If you have any other questions, you know to get in touch with me. I'll be back here in a couple of days with your info.
Sounds good. I'll make sure to try to catch you.
If not, I'm always around.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, and we'll, I guess, head back down to everyone else, and we'll tip his hat towards you, Gravewing, and say, lovely as always.
I shoo him away.
Mm-hmm.
This is normal. This is very normal behavior.
Mm-hmm. He saunters back out into the night.
I am going, when I go down there, I am trying my best to hide my face. But Laeth, not Laeth, sorry, now I'm thinking about Latte. Lou would probably recognize a very concerned look. Like, just like from a tell that only you would know.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, that was graspier than I was expecting it to be. Lou would definitely give you a look, like a questioning look, but wouldn't probe here in front of mixed company. I don't know. Is it just the group? I assume we're in the bar, so there's like strangers around.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's strangers around. So just gonna give you a little questioning look.
I'm just gonna raise a glass to you, whatever glass is on the table in front of me.
Confusing and concerning. Cool. Got down notes for later.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have my glass back?
Shit, sorry.
Thanks.
Is this milk?
Yeah, it's milk.
We're in. I'm gonna. Okay, I'm gonna. And I walk
You
off
can
and go
order
to the
milk
bar.
if you want.
And then, yeah, I'm gonna walk off and go to the bar and get an actual drink.
Yeah, there are drinks to be had. Before you turn in for the night, is there anything else anyone wants to do?
I just want to do my usual. Any night that we're in the bar, Lou spends it in the bar. Like just getting to know people and being like very inviting so that they feel comfortable just talking to her. And then after that, she just like listens. And it's just, she does card games, she does tarot readings, she does a lot of talking, plays darts, tries to get the bartenders to teach her how to make drinks, dancing, just doing a lot of chatting everyone up. And then once it seems like no more new people are coming in, that's when she goes to bed. But takes a bunch of notes before she does so. It's evening, right? It's nighttime.
Yeah, it's nighttime.
Okay.
It's always nighttime.
It's like
Technically,
our
yes.
nighttime.
It is nighttime.
It's been a minute since we played.
Laeth, I think, is filled with a whole lot of anxious energy and very much would like to go out and do something ill-advised, but is not going to do that because I, Alyssa, don't think it would be productive. And so instead she's just gonna like hook up with someone.
Someone new, or are you gonna find the butch person from the other night?
Nah, someone new. Can't go back to the same place twice. Then it starts to be like a relationship.
Of course.
Yeah, can't have one of those.
Looks over at Lou. Well, you all head to bed, get a good night's sleep, and in the morning, there's a message waiting for you. It says, there was a delay. Nadia will be arriving on next toil day. So about 5 days from now. It is, so it would be the 2nd of Wentville. Wentville, yeah. We are currently at the 28th of Savlin.
Does it say what kind of delay?
Yes, it does. They had to find an alternate route because of eld growth. Because we're constantly fighting a forest that's growing.
Laeth is displeased about this and not hiding it well, but will not bring it up.
Gravewing will just... Wait. This is a note that is shared with everybody. Yes? Okay.
It would be for all of you, yeah. I don't know if Laeth takes it first and then doesn't show it to anyone else. But yes, it would be for everyone.
Laeth, do you hide this?
No, I mean, I need everyone there, so everyone gets to know.
Yeah, okay. Gravewing will just kind of nod at it and be like, toil day is good. Gives us more time to plan. And I mean actually plan.
What else do you think that we could plan outside of our barebone strategy at the moment?
Actually doing it. We had 6 plans because we were running on a lot of unknowns. Didn't know what day, didn't know what route, didn't know what time. Now we know. We know what day, we know what route, we know what time. Time is questionable.
It would say more likely than not afternoon or evening.
That's great, actually. We know what time of day. Mm-hmm. We know what's stopping them. And maybe, I don't know. I'm no fucking mage. But eld growth sure is a really good excuse for us to use as well.
That's why she didn't come home, is because they got eaten by the forest.
Could be eaten by the forest. Could be why we're even there in the first place. Also, travelers getting stopped by the Eld. Jump them. Get them out. Lots of opportunities, lots of openings, lots of excuses is ideal, honestly.
And this is also me as your GM saying you can use part of your rebellion action next week to set things up for you and have your teams assist you.
That's actually a really good idea. We could get some assistance and everything like that. Well, we have a time, we have a place. I take a sip of my milk. I'm gonna be honest, preparing kidnappings is not really my specialty. Sweating a little bit, like.
Yeah.
I think that's a lie, however. We have more time. We should maybe focus these next couple days on dealing with whatever's happening in Clockwork Halls. I definitely now have time. I could go bug some. I know people that knows senators and all that. That's not connected to the dead one. Pointing at, waving vaguely at Laeth, the dead one. So you can get more info. Jack is going to, or Whiskey or whatever you want to call him, is going to also look for some info about that.
Should we also consider what if they don't want to be kidnapped? I mean, you didn't expect your mom to turn into just kind of gesture like wildly some weird undead abomination, whatever that gesture is. Like, how do you know they don't already know?
I just assumed at that point it would become a real kidnapping.
If they do know, I think that's even more of a reason to save them.
If
Yuri does scare quotes.
If she knows, she wouldn't be all right with it. And if she's been told some sort of story otherwise, we just need to get her to a place where we can talk. And if that means actually kidnapping her for an hour or so until we have the time and space to explain, then that's what we have to do.
I think we need to also consider everything goes well and we get a chance to explain and she still doesn't like it.
She's not going back to that house.
Okay,
Are
so
you
she
just
doesn't...
going to hold her prisoner forever?
Gravewing just nods at that.
It would be better than dealing with... I don't know if any of you met them, but them in death could only be exponentially worse.
I'm not suggesting letting her go back to her mother. What I am suggesting is we need to think about these things. I don't think holding her prisoner, if she's uncooperative, is a good idea. It promotes escape and might just push her back towards her mother.
She might also snitch on us.
We need to do ethical deprogramming.
If you think that she won't believe me, then maybe we split up and Alouette rescues her after Lou isn't in the first group and Alouette rescues her, their friend. She sort of glances over towards Lou. She could stay with your... No, not your family.
Well, that may... we'll have to talk good conversations about this.
The house is pretty open if we keep it
quiet, then my father is not apparently very good with secrets, but we can work on that. I have to talk to him about that anyway. About what things should be secret and what things should not be. But it's fine. I mean, yes, that is an option for sure. We can figure out our education once we have solidified the plan for getting her, I think, because that might determine what avenues are open to us for stashing.
If we had a fallback rescue, that could help us get a man on the inside on that end. We would just have to be careful not to have that person seen when they're first trying to rescue her. We could even have some of our own guys do it.
Like Connix and Lena?
Yeah, since they're not like we were all in prison together, so it might be a little bit obvious if one of us rescues, but if we have one of our men do the rescuing, say they were hired by a third party, that's of course in the worst case. The best case is she'll be on board and we'll be able to keep her away from the dangerous people.
Mm-hmm. I suppose that is another element that we need to determine when we are making this plan. Are we going in? What level of disguise are we going in? And are we doing it as anathema or independent? I suspect perhaps we should not be under the banner of anathema for this.
No, we really could be. It depends on what kind of message we want to send and what kind of outcome we want people to think. If we want people to think that we have abducted a noble or not.
I cannot see how that would be helpful.
Nobody likes nobles.
No, but it also shuts down.
So the nobles,
Mm-hmm.
the nobles will know that we know stuff.
And the idea, if one might strike some fear or curiosity to some of them. Nobles like to stick their noses where they don't belong. And if we look unique enough, they might take an interest and maybe we can fleece them. There is the other idea that people might be interested in seeing House Idrisi lose some power.
But it could also gain my mother more sympathy. I mean, one daughter tries to kill her, the other one is kidnapped.
How many enemies does your mom have? Does she have more enemies or more allies?
It's hard to tell who's who in the Unbroken, I think.
Also, is it not more dangerous for Nadia for people to know she got kidnapped as opposed to simply being missing in the woods?
I would think so. Someone might try to curry favor, try and get her back.
Or track
if
her
they
down.
think she's...
And I don't think it is very well known that Nadia is returning, but they don't exactly when. So tying our name to it would imply some connection to her, I would think. Perhaps.
I agree. I think we do this personally, not professionally.
So hypothetically, if we're going to fake her death, is there any way that we can get a spare fakeable death body?
I think missing is gonna be our best choice. Nobody, no idea why. Just lost in the woods like so many.
We just need some clothes and some pig's blood.
Let's stick with missing. If they think they're dead, apparently the the family knows how to bring people back.
Plus, if you're worried about nobles thinking, oh no, we've kidnapped her, they're going to think a little bit worse about murdering.
Mm-hmm. The road is very dangerous, so it is. I think it is best that whatever happens to her officially is simply a mishap on the road. No external people, just the road in the woods being
And
what
what
they
about
are.
our guards? We don't want to, they could be useful in the future. We don't want to go to war with them.
I don't think they're gonna go to war with us for a bad job. And unless we can pay them, we've got nothing on our name. We've got no leverage.
We might have time to find it. Potentially.
They are a week away somewhere else. That's the other issue. How fast can this word of anything we do travel to them for not enough to care? It's got to be real specific.
We know their people, right? Because you talked to the others of the group. And so, potentially, I don't know, we might be able to get something from them that we can use in the moment. As opposed to sending it ahead. But I don't know. But it would depend on the whole plan.
Unless they're fully recruited, they're probably not going to give two shits.
Pirates seem to go by different rules.
You've never squandered for money much, have you? People do a lot for money.
No, I'm very aware of what people do for money. But we seem to be talking in circles, so we have a date and we have a location. So do we agree that going missing is the best option for the official story to happen? Generally,
I'd say so. It seems like efficient going missing in the woods. Something happened. There's already been a delay, as Gravewing has said. We could definitely twist that to the favor of if it's been delayed, maybe everything went terribly altogether, and we take her out of there, and Laeth, I suppose we'll have to trust you in being able to speak to her. Worst case, yeah. No, I was not finish that sentence. I was like, worst case, takes a sip of the milk? Yeah.
Laeth is glaring at you until you finish that sentence with a nothing.
No, sweating bullets. Yeah, anyways,
so then we need a where. Where exactly do we want to do this? And eventually, sooner than later, have to decide what to do about the guards. Yes.
all we managed to learn from asking is that it's a smaller group than the guards that were at the tavern, apparently, so it's less than 6 people. So it's 5 or less. Right, Aubrey? Out of character?
I believe so, yes.
Yes, okay, perfect. So it's 5 or less people. We're not going to be fighting a whole army, which makes sense, but just to clarify. They're also the better fighters of that group, and I couldn't really get any information about what they were like. They were a little bit not interested in talking about that, unfortunately. But they seem pretty competent, but not used to the woods.
Duplicity perhaps better than outright fighting. Outright fighting means that they could be hurt, Nadia could be hurt, they could be killed, which raises all sorts of other problems. But duplicity means people can tell false stories or true stories, and requires a lot more in ways of bribe or other means of manipulation.
Bribing would be the best way to get it done.
I'll be out of character. Did this group seem like the vibe type to take bribes? From what
They're
I know.
pirates.
Okay, just making sure, okay?
Alistair, Nihil, you said before that the problem for these pirates is that they are locked inland because of their ship.
Mm-hmm. Their ship is currently being repaired and there is a strike, I believe.
So the best thing to do is to bribe the guards and then to make them leave. I don't know how much is in our power to do, but it might be worth exploring finding a way to get them to leave by freeing up their ship.
Going to dally into union busting, Alouette?
No, resolving the issue of the strike.
Perhaps if we
We are
help.
striking for a reason. We make our strike hard.
That is true. I feel like this might be tying in a little bit with the shenanigans going on with the Warforged. A strong strike is going on that's been happening for a while. Warforged running wild. Something's fishy in the Union District. I'm not sure what.
That is interesting.
I look at
These
Alistair
strikes.
and I'm like, does that sound correct, Great Mouse Detective?
Yeah, it's constructs, not warforged, because they do not have they are robots without.
I'm gonna start calling them
consciousness.
the metal dudes, okay? The metal dudes. I keep forgetting the name.
Depends
the
on
guys
your,
of
if we can solve it a regular way, then Gravewing seems to love terrifying people, so we can just send her after whoever is not agreeing to the strike, and she can do whatever she does.
Ironically, I have been a part of beating people up for unions. I'm not the one who works with unions, though. That's my brother-in-law. He understands this a lot more than I do. I just like people having rights. I don't understand the politics in it.
I also like when people have rights. We agree on this.
But
You know what?
Well-
Let me check. Let me check my shop today. Maybe he has notes lying around somewhere.
so if that seems like a good idea to vanish the pirates by releasing them from the city, then we would also need to uncover what the strike is about and the best way to go about resolving the strike. Because then we can send the pirates on their way without having to worry about them being tracked down and bribed again for answers.
We would also need proof that we've, for example, resolved the strike.
That seems easy to do. If it is resolved, they will go back and find their ship is ready to go.
I'm talking about when we walk up to them in the middle of the woods and say your strike is resolved.
Oh, you want to use the resolved strike as the bribe?
Yes.
See. I was thinking two separate bribes. We bribe them with money, and then we bribe them with getting out of here.
If people want
That's
to
more
get,
efficient, I will say.
I mean, if we can get money, period, I don't see the need in doing the extra work for the strike.
That is just so no one can follow up with them and then give them more money than we gave them to get the truth out of them.
There will always be more money.
That is why we make them leave.
Exactly. So then we don't need the bribe. I'm saying the bribe was the faster part. I should have money probably ready regardless.
Well, I was going to look into the strike stuff today. Especially now we have time, I don't have to rush to it.
I will come with you.
Yeah, Alouette, why don't you come along as well?
I was going to run home today, actually. I have to have a chat.
I can join you for that. Because I'm going that way anyways.
Oh. Wonderful.
Sorry, above table, Aubrey, is the dock. Are the docks in the Clockwork? What district
They are
is
not.
that?
They are in the Narrows.
Okay.
Yeah, the docks. They are not connected to the Clockwork Union.
The Clockwork Union, you blah 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 blah. Haha. The Clockwork Union also is not technically on strike, right? They're just having issues. People are trying to overtake the union who are not union friendly, correct?
Yes.
Okay, but it is two
They're
unions
dealing
having
with
issues.
two
Okay.
unions having issues. One of them is on strike. The other one's fighting against a hostile takeover.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify.
I mean, the Narrows was the first district hit by ghouls. If we have a solution to the ghoul problem, that might get things moving.
Today.
All right, so we're dividing this into a couple of groups. It sounds like Alouette and Eurideux are going to go pay a visit to Lou's dad.
Along with Alistair,
Along with
I believe.
Alistair.
I really should have said the rat
so
was my
the-
fiance. It makes way more sense with as much as he's
You
coming
really
around.
should have. You really should have.
Your dad's going to be like, oh no, Laeth was just a front for this mouse.
I had to soften him up. If he was keen on the idea of Laeth, then he's gonna really love the mouse.
But yes, that group.
And is everyone else going? Who's going to the shop?
Me.
Wait, is the family group also going to the docks to start asking around, or is that?
I was gonna go shop and docks because it's
Okay.
like it's a easy walk.
Okay, then I'll go
Yeah.
with Gravewing, please.
I'm just sitting here very cutely.
You can just come with us too. Might as well,
yeah.
right?
Niall is the type that goes wherever he is invited to go. So whoever is grabbing Niall to go with them is where Niall is going.
Vampire.
No,
I
autistic.
think Nile has too many mouths to be considered sitting there cutely.
People with lots of mouths can be cute.
Can
but-
they?
Okay, where do you guys want me to go? I'm just sitting here with my cup of milk.
You can come with me if you want.
That would be nice, thank you. And Laeth. Thank you.
Fair.
It's just like, no. I'm just fucking
Yeah, well, we'll start with the group that's headed to the bazaar, because they're the closest currently. The other three are going to have to cross the bridge into Silver Court, deduct the silver piece from your inventory to cross the bridge. And as you arrive at the shop seems to be, it's open, the lights are on. You know, you pass by somebody leaving the shop as you enter. It seems that under Juniper, things are slowly getting back to normal in the shop.
That's good.
She has been telling a lie that she is Tristan's cousin, and he's off with his wife and children having a nice vacation.
Can't believe we can afford a vacation now. That's nice. That's a nice thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta come in. Gotta flip the open to closed. Because we actually no, we totally have a fucking break sign.
Yeah.
We
just
totally have an
back
on
in
break.
party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's what I do. And just be like, all right, we're just here to look for some things. Have you found like a log book of some sort anywhere?
Yes, I did. And from underneath the like the edge, the register area, we'll pull this logbook. It had and he was looking for where any of the like special orders were kept. They're all kept in here. So I've been trying to work through those as much as I can. And I have things for you too. And we'll put these 2 canisters down on the counter. This is some of the first of the ghoul vaccine.
Oh, wow, you've been busy.
I don't leave the shop.
Yeah, that's right. Well, damn, good job. Good work.
Aubrey, I'm a little concerned. Could I have brought like a little box lunch for this poor woman from the restaurant that we're at, like the bar?
She gets food.
Does she?
She does.
I'm worried. I know sometimes.
You weren't destitute, Tick.
No, I know. It's not that she doesn't get food, but sometimes when I get really focused on something, I forget to eat. Frequently. So sometimes you have to bring like a little lunch to make sure they've actually eaten something.
I'm not that kind of hyper focus.
Okay, that's good.
We have quite a few romance novels if you needed something else to do with your time.
I multitask.
Well,
Laith spends a second trying to imagine how you both read smut and do science at the same time, but since she's only capable of one of those at all, she quickly gives up.
Well, we do have more places to hide at, though I do appreciate you keeping the shop running. We sell guns. It's gonna be really awkward if clients don't get their orders?
Yeah, and luckily with just some, smile and say like apologies. Like, so sorry it's taken so long. Generally, they've all been understanding for the most part.
I'm gonna slide the log book to Laeth because I can't read, and I can't read fast enough either. Is probably the better way to say it. Just slide it over to Laeth. Please look, please.
Yes. What am I looking for? Sorry.
We're looking for information on any union-related stuff because potentially, my brother-in-law would have left notes because he's the one who dealt with a lot of the union-related issues. Mock Mom deals with a multitude of other ones. She only comes here when they are for sure gonna get into a fight. That's her.
Okay, yeah, Laeth will skim through the logbook.
Hey, give me a quick perception check.
24.
Yeah, you come across it pretty quickly. It's there are notes about monsters coming out of the harbor and attacking people in the Narrows. And after a while, the unions in the Narrows, like the dock workers and the shipbuilders unions, they have started refusing to do work until somebody deals with these monsters. And so far, no one has. So things are grinding to a halt there. As more and more ships are coming in and just having to sort of stay, they can't come into port, essentially.
Oh, perfect. Their work is halted because of monsters coming out of the harbor.
That's so doable.
Not quite as simple as a fix for ghouls, and sort of smiles over at Juniper, but
I mean, we
close
could.
enough.
Does it mention anything about what kind of monsters, maybe? Because if they are ghouls, then that's even easier. I wonder if we could just, gas them.
It does not mention what kind of monsters it is, just as monsters. It's not something, Tristan had really looked into before going missing.
But if they've stopped their work, they'll know well enough what it is that's attacking them, so can ask around.
Yeah. This will curry some good favor anyways.
This is a outfit job, I'm assuming, then. Mask job.
Probably. Well, I mean, asking questions for sure. But yeah, no, I think we're gonna want to be in full outfits for this when we deal with it.
Was there anything else you wanted to do at the shop?
I'm just thinking about how I could cook this monster. I'm not gonna lie.
Delicious
It's gonna
Dungeon.
be people, so
No.
Delicious in Dungeon had a workaround for that. 50% of it was Lyos still doing it,
I was gonna say.
and the other
I mean-
50% was they can't be that humanoid.
I mean, think about it. If there's a large monster with a lot of meat, that would be great to cook.
That's assuming that it's edible, Nihil.
I know, but I could be optimistic about it.
You can be optimistic about it, but then you gotta understand that when the rat starts saying that you are a cannibal and then you talk like this, it kind of doesn't help.
No, eating monsters makes me a cannibal.
Do you know how many fucking mouths you have?
It's just me. I don't control the amount of mouths I'm born with. I wasn't even born with these.
I was gonna say you weren't even born with these,
So
but look, I understand your condition is conditionable, but you also gotta understand that to the common people, and they see you fling out a bunch of this stuff and then eat a guy, or honestly, I think it's worse that you want to cook it, because that means that this is super intentional. I just hope that it's regular monster, maybe totally not sentient. It's just there, we fight it, bam bam, it dies, that's it, problem solved, very, very easy. And maybe you can cook it, because it doesn't look like anything.
Let's hope that it is socially acceptable enough to cook and eat.
Well, it's a question for a little later. Now we're going to jump over to the cousins plus rat as they go and talk to Lou's dad.
No. Oh, 1 second. Hold on. Yes. So, gonna do that. And, yeah, so gonna go home. I think Lou forgot to pick up a spare key last time she was here, so she's gonna have to knock again. And just not look at Yuri while she does it.
Yeah, no, after no, not even a minute, the door opens and you see your dad and he just goes, "Oh, Lou, you're back. Please come in."
Papa. I bought Yuri.
Yuri, it is lovely to see you.
I actually want to hang back and keep an eye out for the smoking man.
Yeah, she goes to be like, and also, just Yuri.
Good.
Once she realizes Alistair's not actually with them right now.
I give I don't even wave. I just give a nod.
Please, come in. There's tea, there's coffee, anything.
Wonderful. Papa, did I happen to get any letters or messages while I was away? Perhaps from Paloma?
Yes. Yes, I think so.
Oh! That is a surprise. Wonderful. I didn't think she was right back. Delightful. Could I see it, please?
Yes, and pulls out like a little sealed message, and we'll hand it to you. And remind me real quick what the question is that you asked.
Oh boy, okay, I'm pretty sure. That's caps lock. That's not gonna help me. I'm pretty sure I was asking for if anything was going on amongst the senators, because she works with the senators. Gosh, how long ago did I send this message?
It was a couple sessions ago. It was the same day the wedding lie started.
Oh yeah, it was. Hold on, let me see if I wrote it down real fast. Here we go.
So it's been maybe like 4 or 5 days, I think, since then. Because I think it was near the beginning of the week.
No, it doesn't look like I wrote down what I asked. I'm fairly sure it was something along the lines of I know it wasn't specific about Nadia. It was about, is there anything weird going on with the senators and the nobles in general?
Yeah. He gets get back that partially, I'm glad to see that you're not in jail anymore. Glad that all of that. And you get you didn't hear it from me, but there's growing unrest in the nobles, specifically involving the Senate. They think it's not doing its job. People calling for a change in government.
Government? Ooh. Yikes. I was expecting it to be a change in leadership, but that's a whole change I think Lou's face goes through a series of emotions as she's reading it, and then
I think while Lou's face starts that group of emotions to distract Bertrand, I'm just like, Bertrand, the family sends their regards. I just saw them the other day.
I'm glad that I'm glad that everyone's doing all right.
Sorry, Dusty, I told you wrong. It's Bernard. I just remembered as soon as you said it.
That's better. That's better, actually.
He's kind of doing the thing where you're smiling with a lot of teeth.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes. I was surprised that they that there was conversations, but we all must have more conversations with each other, isn't that right?
It is an incredibly uncertain time. We must all stick together. We are a family, despite things that may have happened in the past.
Yeah. So, what do you think of the marriage?
Oh, Papa, about that. About that, actually, I heard that you were talking to Auntie Hortensia about that, and I was thinking that maybe we keep that just to ourselves, just us and Auntie Hortensia, who already knows, and just nobody room around right now about my betrothed, and I would really hate for them to be accused of something so egregious and unsavory as reputation laundering, or something equally terrible. And they're already going on through so many terrible, difficult things, and there's so many rumors and accusations. You understand, of course, Papa. We just don't want to make things more difficult for her or her family.
Roll a persuasion check.
Ooh. Hold on, I think I have good persuasion at least, even if the dice rolls bad. I don't think it's gonna help me. But it's my dad. How hard could it be to convince him to do something thoughtful and considerate for his daughter that surely he loves? Maybe. A what? A persuasion?
Persuasion.
What's
or
that called?
Diplomacy. Diplomacy.
Okay.
Sorry, I've been jumping systems so much recently.
12?
12. He just goes, well, I can tell no one else. Yes, I can do that part. It's horrible to be accused of, reputation laundering. It's totally horrible, and I'm sure it's not the thing that Laeth would do.
No, and I mean, our family also has such complicated rumors about them. I would not want others to think that we are doing the same with the Tracy's. That would be awful.
Yes, that would be horrible. It would be so bad. It would be a thing I would never do.
No, Papa, I know your love was true.
By the way, who else did you talk to? I know you talked to my family and, kind of had the same conversation already, but did you talk to anyone else?
Diplomacy or intimidation?
They're unfortunately the same. I'm not charismatic.
Oh, no, I am, and I still did bad.
Consider legal lore.
No.
That's fair. Hey, but with my +1, that's a 20.
Funny, it just goes, well, I may have discussed something with the local cleric of the Lovers, the local lamplighter. I know you said you had someone, but this is the same person who married your mother and I thought that would be really nice to have him also marry you. Continue that.
That would be so special, Papa. It will depend.
Huh?
You see, I don't know what Laeth's religious beliefs are these days. I don't know if she is a worshipper directly of of the Star Mother, or if she prefers a different one. I have heard there are some interesting deities in other countries, and they have really made their rounds around the city. And sometimes it just goes with the wind. You know how she is, I think. And I would hate to be offensive to my betrothed.
One more time.
Yes, of course. I mean, it doesn't have to. I wanted to start that conversation with them because and see if they were still performing ceremonies like that. They're getting up there in age, and
Of course.
they're sure they're an elf and they're going to live forever. But you can never start those conversations too early.
You are so thoughtful, Papa. I'm glad you are excited about this. We don't even have a date. We don't even have anything like a date. There is so much happening, Papa.
Well, this is why you get a planner to help you with your wedding. They do all of these for you. I'm sure.
Do you remember my
We will
friend
find
Alistair
someone.
from last time? That is our wedding planner.
The detective.
They are very.
Yes, what better person than a detective? Do you know how organized a detective must be?
They know exactly the right days for
They
everything.
know where to go. They know who to ask. You cannot ask for a
They know
better.
what days are cursed.
Exactly. You don't want a cursed day. You do not want a cursed day. That is not good for the family.
Speaking of planning and stuff, do you still have my book that I let you borrow before all this in your room?
Yep.
Making like
Yes,
eyebrow
I do.
motions.
I never lose a book. I'm gonna go get that. Would you like to come with me to go get that? Let's go get that right now.
Yes, we'll be back, Bertram.
Sorry, it's Bernard.
She's like, okay, I'll finish up with the coffee.
Thank you, Papa.
As we're further down the hall, I'll get his name right, but my picture is actually turned around.
I mean, I'm not even in the photo. I don't know what you are on about.
And we get to the room. I close the door and just looks and say, well, this is clearly more complicated.
I'm panicked, okay? I just keep panicking. I don't know how to lie to my father. I have never done it before. Oh, he's gonna be so upset when it's not true. He's gonna be so sad when I say we broke up. We're not even dating. He doesn't even like me.
Alouette. Dear Alouette, both of us. Hey, this is not the time right now. And I'm sorry that I have to say this is not the time right now to panic, but it's not.
There is never time to panic anymore.
There isn't, unfortunately. I wanted to talk to you alone because I don't want to keep information from you anymore. Whiskey Jack, when I talked to them, they said they were around here because apparently they know about the curse. Our family curse.
Oh.
The one that I just told you about a couple of days ago.
You made that sound like it was a big family secret.
Yes. Apparently. And I had to confirm this multiple times. That he was told this by your mother a number of years ago.
He has been watching our house for 14 years trying to get the information in the curse.
It was after that.
What do you mean after that?
It was maybe 8 years ago. After your mom went missing.
No, I can't. No, because if she was talking to Whiskey Jack of all people, that she would have been here. She would have been home. She would have been alive.
She didn't have much more information.
Yuri, she is
But-
dead.
Well, apparently there's more to the story than that.
I think Yuri would notice, but Luke wouldn't. That there is like a little bit of like red that is starting to seep from the corners of her eyes and like run down her face. Not like liquid, it's just like there's markings starting to appear on her face that weren't there before.
I think at that, I'm gonna grab your shoulders. I'm like, hey, breathe. Please. There's more that we don't know. More that your mother was involved in than she let on, but there's more people lying to us than we originally thought.
Papa had the book for Chalice.
The guy we killed, the one doing experiments.
Papa, Alistair and I found it last time. And I told Alistair not to tell anyone. And I gave it to Juniper to decode. And
She
she is working on it. She decoded a word or two. I don't know what it means yet. I don't know what it means until she's done.
Well, let's take this a beat at a time. I mean, she knows what it's done. We'll look at it. We'll figure it out.
Do you
But
think the others knew? Do you think she came back for the rest of them and just not me?
I can't know, but if she came back, she would come back for you. So whatever happened, you know your mother left you. She even tolerated me. You know how much love that takes?
I don't know. Some days I don't think. I don't know. Some days I just feel very extra around here.
And Yuri's just gonna pull you into a hug.
Gonna hug him back.
And just, no, come on. Everyone is high tension right now, but I wouldn't be here without you.
Nor would I.
Whatever is happening, you've got me. Okay. We'll figure out whatever's happening with your mother, with our families. Even if we have to fake an actual wedding for it.
Oh,
You cannot make me the best man. I apologize. I'll be the ring bearer, I guess.
no, that's probably fair. I think if Laeth had to fake marry me, then she would real kill you.
This is true. This is probably true.
I think she might real kill me if she has to fake marry me, but we won't get into that.
Yeah, well, just make sure there's no knives near her.
I mean, at least the best part. The only good thing about all of this is that Papa cannot possibly talk to Lady Tracy, so Lady Tracy's will never find out. Nobody talks to them. They're scary.
Let's deeply.
And she's like dead.
Let's deeply hope it's the case. So, Yuri is going to again break the hug, hold your shoulders, and just pat them so it looks like they're not wrinkled, and just. Do you have any books so we can actually pretend we were looking for?
I have so many books.
I know. Just give me a random one. Not actually, no. Not a random one, not a smut one, please.
I have so many books, Yori. She's gonna find you. She's gonna give you one of her monster books that she has.
Great. And I'm going to open the door, just like, oh, thanks, Lou. Yeah, I heard so many stories while we were unrightfully put into prison for a couple of weeks. I wanted to look more into it.
Yes, but thankfully released properly.
For good
Good
behavior.
behavior and innocence.
Innocence, yes.
Both of these things.
Yes. Is there anything else you want to discuss with your father?
No, I think it's better I leave now while I'm still... Ahead is not the right word, but not be... We're just gonna leave.
We're gonna stop digging this hole.
We're gonna stop digging this hole.
So, yeah, we'll jump over to the other group as you head towards the Narrows.
Wait. What is the house being watched?
Roll me a perception check.
Yeah, because I'm really curious about this. 24.
24, it is not currently being watched. But you do find evidence that someone was probably here last night. You don't see any of the rolled cigarettes or anything, so you don't think it was whiskey. And he also, T was chatting with Yuri last night, so.
Interesting. So maybe it's normally him. So I'll fill in like conspiratorial as we walk off. It looks like he's not being watched right now, but they were watching him last night. And come up with all sorts of crazy theories about who they might be as we walk into the distance.
I'm just gonna let you talk. I'm not gonna say anything about my conversation.
Wake me now from my sleep, I've been dreaming. Dark so long I cannot find the meaning. Hold my hand, let me stay by your side through this never-ending night. I can feel it now, it haunts me. All these demons, how they surround me in this red light. It calls me, he is reaching out, consuming.